Tuibariki Tanzania, dumisha uhuru na umoja, wake kwa waume na watoto. Mungu ibariki Tanzania na watu wake. Ibariki Tanzania, ibariki Tanzania, tubariki watoto wa Tanzania.
Okay, so I would like to welcome you into this quick review of session 12. So, quick review of session 11. So, first of all, the session 11 has been titled as perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. That's how we call it. So what are the perpendicular lines? Simply say that these are the lines that intersecting, definition intersecting at right angle. That's how we define. And we sketch it, means that on XY plane, and we find that these perpendicular lines actually that they meet at right angle. So this is right angle like this. Then the first condition for the two lines to be perpendicular, we say that the two straight lines should intersect. The first condition actually at right angle. Then we derive the formula of products of gradients of perpendicular lines, and thus make the second condition that the products of gradients of perpendicular lines is equal to -1. If it won't be equal to -1, then it disobeys what it means that those are not perpendicular lines. And then this makes what the second condition, means that we say that if two lines or two straight lines are perpendicular to each other, then we say that the products of the gradients should be equal to -1. Otherwise, it means that if two lines are not perpendicular, then the products of the gradients will not be equal to two lines. So this is the point. We say that if two lines are not perpendicular, the two lines are not perpendicular, then what? Then gradient 1 times gradient 2 won't be equal to -1. The concept that you have to remember. So it will be equal to something. Okay. So then we left the homework 11. So we left the homework 11. So the homework 11, which is example 40, which we took it from the second recommended book for learning based mathematics, and this is secondary based mathematics book 4, exercise 1.4b, question 1. State the gradients of the lines which are perpendicular to each of the lines with gradients 3 over 4, and b is -5, c is 3, and d is -a over b. So right now, let us go into correction. Correction of what? So correction of homework 11. And this is all also example 40. So example 40. Okay. So we still have example 40. I believe that you've gone through example 40, possibly you've found some challenges, but you have to submit the solution of your homework, the solutions of homework in the comment section, because I have to read it. regardless of how many students that you are going to send it to. Just you can pause a video and try, and once you are done, just submit in the comment sections. Don't assume that, yeah, because the solutions or the homework has been corrected. No, that's not the case. We are here to teach you the method, right? In the method we call it active learning or active teaching system. So the question asked you to state the gradients of the lines which are perpendicular to each of the lines with gradients. So the first step on solving this question, we say that you have to recall. So recall the formula. So recall the formula of the perpendicular, recall the formula of the perpendicular lines. Recall the formula of the gradient of perpendicular lines. So recall the formula of gradients of perpendicular lines. Formula of the gradient. Recall the formula of the gradients of perpendicular lines. So recall the formula of gradients of perpendicular lines. So here it's a formula. So gradient 1 times gradient 2 is equal to -1. That's the formula. Okay? So the second step. So the second step, we have to test. So state the gradients of the lines which are perpendicular. So check if gradients 3/4 and -5 are perpendicular. So if they are perpendicular, they have to obey this condition. So if you substitute, you have 3/4 multiplied by -5. The answer is equal to what? So the answer is equal to -15 of what? Over 4. So -15 over 4 is not equal to -1. So state the gradients of the line which are perpendicular. So we say that then, so -15 over 4 is not equal to -1. So then gradient 3/4 and the -5 are not perpendicular. Not perpendicular. These are not perpendicular. So we go into the third step. Third step, let us check if 3/4 and the 3 are perpendicular. Let's check if are perpendicular. Perpendicular. So here we have 3/4 multiplied by what? By 3. So 3 times 3. So remember that this is 3/1. So 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. So is 9 over 4 equal to -1? No. 9 is not equal to -1. So therefore, gradient 3/4 and 3 are not perpendicular. So therefore gradients 3/4 and 3 are not perpendicular. Are not perpendicular. So then we go into the first check. So the first step. So let us check. Check if 3/4 and the negative a/b are perpendicular. This is how you have to solve that question. A perpendicularity, perpendicular. So we have 3/4, which is gradient 1, times negative a/b, which is gradient 2. So the answer is negative 3a/4b. Negative 3a/4b is not equal to negative 1. So therefore, we say that the gradients 3/4 and negative a/b are not perpendicular. So then let us check negative 5 and 3 and negative 5 and negative a/b. So because we know now the steps, so the first step, keep on checking. So check. Okay. So you have to follow just these steps. You'll be given gradients. It means that we have to check gradient 3 and 4 and gradient negative 5. Are they perpendicular? So if they are perpendicular, the products of them should be negative 1. Then the second step, you have to check that 3/4 and gradient 3/4 and 3 are perpendicular. So then we confirm that if we find the product is 9/4, which is not equal to negative 1. The first step, check if 3/4 and negative a/b are perpendicular. So check if this one and this one, these gradients and these gradients are perpendicular. So you have to find the products, as well as you remember that the products of the gradients of the two perpendicular lines should be negative 1. So we form that 3 times negative 8 is negative 3 and 4 times b is 4b. And hence we conclude that then we have to check is negative 3a/4b equal to negative 1? The answer is no. Again, gradients of 3/4 and negative a/b are not perpendicular. The first step, check negative 5 and 3 if they are perpendicular. So to check them, so we have to multiply them. Negative 5 times 3 is equal to negative 15. Negative 15 is not equal to negative 1. So therefore, negative 5 and 3 are not perpendicular. Then we have to, the sixth step, we have to check negative 5 and negative a/b. So we have to multiply these two gradients. So you get positive 5/a for positive 5a/b, which is not equal to negative what? To negative 1. So for that case, there is no any gradients of the lines which are perpendicular. So in this list, Roman A, B, gradient 3/4, negative 5, and 3, and negative a/b. None of them which is perpendicular to each other. So this will be the conclusion. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now let us keep on solving problems of perpendicular lines. And here it is example 41. So example 41, we take it from Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 4, Exercise 1.4b. And let me solve for you Suppose we solved question 1. Find the equation of the line through the point this one and perpendicular to the line. Okay, so let me do question 3. Question 2, find the coordinates of the point having this x coordinates -2, so that the line joining it to the point, this one, is perpendicular to the line through this one. Okay, so let me do that, just the, maybe question 2. Okay, so this is what? So refer the book called Secondary Basic Mathematics. Secondary Basic Mathematics, Book 4, Exercise 1 and 4b. This is question 2. So the question states that find the coordinates of the point. Find the coordinates of the points of a point having its x coordinates -2, so that the line joining it to the point -3, 1 is perpendicular to the line through 2,7 and 5, -1. So find the coordinates of a point having this x coordinate -2, so that the line joining it to the point -3, 1 is perpendicular to the line through 2,7 and 5, -1. Find the coordinates of a point having this x coordinate -2, so that the line joining it to the point that one is perpendicular to the line through 2,7 and 5, -1. So this question, the way it is, it seems like a conceptual question, but you solve it step to step. And because we are using the active learning system, where a student can pause a video and try to solve a question himself or herself before, it means that in the rough paper, before I solve it or before we solve it together. So you can pause the video right now, take your rough paper and try to solve the example 41 on a piece of paper. Once you are done, then you can check for the correct solution. It means that you can click the play button to check the correct solution of this problem. Okay, so thank you for trying. So solution. So find the coordinates of a point having this x coordinate -2, so that the line joining it to the point, this one, is perpendicular to the line, so that one. Okay. So the first state, let us check that again. So the data given, we have to find the coordinates of the point. So let the point to be point Q, which is x coordinate is -2 and y coordinate is unknown. So let unknown point to be point P, which is -2, 1. So the line, so that line is passing through it. Let's again another point Q, -3, 1. And let again point A to be 2,7. And let point B to be 5, -1. That's the first state. So the second state, let us find what? Let us find the gradient of the perpendicular line, the gradient of line AB. So gradient of line AB is equal to change in y over change in x. So here it is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So gradient of the line joining point AB is equal to what? Is equal to -1 minus 7 over 5 minus 2. So this is -8 over 3. So gradient of line AB is equal to -8 over 3. So this is question 1. So afterwards, so these two lines are perpendicular. So a known line which passes through a known point -2, y and point -3, 1 is perpendicular to the line through this point and this point. So because that the gradient of known line, -1 minus 8 minus 7, and then negative what, and then 5, wait, yes, 5 minus 2, okay. So the third thing, so recall gradient AB times what? So recall gradient 1 times gradient 2, recall the conditions of perpendicular lines, means that gradient 1 times gradient 2 is equal to -1. So we say that the gradient of line AB, which is known, multiplied by gradients of a known line, which will be line PQ, this should be equal to -1. So gradients of line AB is -8 over 3, multiplied by gradients of line PQ, which is equal to -1. So gradient of line PQ, which is unknown, is equal to 3 over 8. So this will make equation 2. So we know now the gradients of the line, and we know one point. So because that unknown line, the unknown line passes through the known point -3, 1. So the first system say that let a known point unknown arbitrarily can R to be x, y. Find what? Find equation. Find the equation of line P. Find the equation of line PQ. If a line passes through PQ. So find equation of line PQ. So find the equation of line PQ. So if that the case, so 3/8 y minus what? Minus 1 over x minus negative 3. This is equal to y minus 1 x plus 3. Here we have 3/8 is equal to y minus 1 x plus 3. Cross multiplication. Here's 3x plus 3. Then we have 8 times y minus 1. So here it is 3x plus 9. And here we have 8y minus 8. So if you make y the subject, so you have 3x plus 9 plus 8 over 8 is equal to y. So y is equal to 3/8x plus what? 17/8. So this is the equation of 14 of a known line. So the equation of a known line. But the aim is not to find the equation of a known line. The aim is to find the coordinates of a point having its x coordinates -2, so that the line joining it to the point -3, 1 is perpendicular to the line through 2, 7 and 5, -1. So it means that the coordinates of the point are -2, 1. So this is equation 3. So now we have to go into the fifth step. Fifth step, we say that the unknown point P, which is -2, y, satisfies equation 3 above. So the x coordinates is known, the y coordinates is not known. So y is equal to, so let us substitute, is equal to 3/8, then times -2 plus 17/8. So this will make negative what? -6/8 plus 17/8. Because -2 times 3 is -6. So the LCM is 8, then 17 minus 6, it is 11. So therefore, the coordinates of a point are -2, 11/8. So this is the response. of example 41. It's not a difficult question actually. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me take you into example 42. Okay, so example 42. Let me help you to solve question 5. Question 5, which you have a responsibility of find perpendicular bisector. In case, so let me ask you a question. Have you understood the solutions of example 41, which is question 2 of exercise 4.1b? No, 1.4b. Have you understood? If you have any question about example 41, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below, because we are solving problems in order to equip our students to master. And remember that in most past paper examinations or certificate secondary education examination of 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and even of 2018, 2017, back then, the question of coordinate geometry contributes 6 marks of basic mathematics paper, the basic mathematics examination. So let me solve question what? Question 5 of the same exercise. So it's also concept. The question states that find the equation of the straight line. Find the equation of the straight line which is a perpendicular bisector, of the line joining 2, 0 and 6, 0. Find the equation of the straight line which is perpendicular bisector of the line joining 2, 0 and 6, 0. So these are the 2 points along the horizontal straight line. So you see, so you can pause the video also and try to solve this question, but one of the vocabulary is perpendicular bisector. It has a particular meaning that possibly it's your first time to meet it, but you can solve it. So find the equation of the straight line which is a perpendicular bisector of the line joining 2, 0 and 6, 0. Okay. So you can pause the video and try to solve example 42 on the rough paper. So thank you for pausing the video. Now let us solve together. Solution. So we have to find the equation of the straight line which is perpendicular bisector. So before that we do anything, the first step we have to define perpendicular bisector. However, that we learn the concepts of perpendicular bisector when you will be learning coordinate geometry 1 during your pre-Form 5 or Form 5 studies, especially if you'll be studying pure advanced pure mathematics in any of the four combinations in Tanzania, either PCM or PMC or PGM or EGM. You encounter this concept of perpendicular bisector at a particular session. And you have a good news that also, if you make a decision today that you will study advanced pure mathematics in advanced level, I want to tell you that we have also a special YouTube channel that and a special online school that's called TANZANIA Online Advanced Secondary School. And you have a special YouTube channel that's called TANZANIA Online A-Level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai M, where we teach you advanced pure mathematics from 5 and advanced pure mathematics from 6. That's the good news. Okay, so the first stage, what is perpendicular bisector? So perpendicular bisector is the perpendicular line which divides the second perpendicular line into equal parts. That means of perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector is a bisector line, or is a perpendicular line which divides the second perpendicular line into equal parts. So these two lines it means that the perpendicular bisector is only formed if you have, maybe we have two lines, right? We have two lines which are perpendicular, but one line divides the other line into two equal parts. That's the first stage. The second stage now, the best way to understand or to present the summary of the information we've been given is presenting it on XY plane. So the second stage, we say that sketch the XY plane. Sketch the XY plane of problem. So sketch the XY plane. Sketch the XY plane. Okay. So let us sketch the XY plane. According to the information that will be given. So you have 2, 0. So the major part of this XY plane will be the positive x-axis. So this is 1, 2, 3. Also here we have this is y-axis. So 1, 2, So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And this is origin. 0,0. Okay. So if this is the case, we say that we have what? So line joining 2, 0 is the line, or this is the point. Suppose that this is point A. Which is 2, 0. And also another point is 6, 0. So here it is. So this is point B. So we have a line. So the line joining AB, so we let. The question is not name them. The line joining these points, okay, is line AB. So now find the portion of the straight line which is perpendicular bisector of the line 2. So what are the units of the line AB? So the units are 1, 2, 3, 4. So where the middle point? The middle point is here. So this is the line that you have to find. Find it straight forward. So this is the line that we call the perpendicular bisector. So this is the line that we call it perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector of point 28 of line AB. And why it is perpendicular bisector? Because it is dividing line AB into 2 equal parts. So remember that this is 2 units. Distance from here to here it is 2 units, and distance from here to here it is 2 units. So how can you find the equation of that line? Simple. From there, because we have sketched it, and this is figure 12.1, is called the perpendicular bisector. So we can obtain the equation of the perpendicular bisector line from the figure 12.1. So what the equation? Because this line is a vertical line, it passes at x is equal to 4, so its equation is x is equal to 4. Because the question asks us to find the equation of the straight line. So it is x is equal to 4, but the equation of the line. But that the first unit. So we can determine the equation of the perpendicular bisector line by using this figure, by using figure 12.1. But also we can determine the equation, we can determine the equations of the perpendicular bisector line by finding the gradient of point AB, and then using the concept of products of gradients of perpendicular lines to find, it means we can find the gradients of point AB, and the second step will be, this is the alternative method. So alternatively, so it means that we can do this question by using 2 methods. Let me solve the example the 2 by using also alternative method, both methods. So it means that from figure 12.2, 12.1 above, so you say that the equation of perpendicular bisector. The question of perpendicular bisector line is x is equal to 4. alternative, because I want my students to master basic mathematics. Alternative. So alternatively, we can go into the steady state. So we can find that gradient of point AB. So gradients of point AB. So gradient of point AB, this is equal to what? Change in y over change in x. So gradient of point AB, this is equal to what? What is change in y? So change in y, x coordinate is 0 minus 0 over 6 minus 2. So this is equal to 0, because 0 minus 0 it is 0, 0 over 4 it is 0. Then we have to find what? So you have to let gradient 2, let n2 is equal to gradient of perpendicular bisector. So then, thus gradient AB multiplied by gradient 2 is equal to negative 2, negative 1. So gradient 2 is equal to negative 1 over gradient of line AB. So this is equal to negative 1 over 0. Actually, the answer is infinite, but our interest is negative. It means that we'll be using gradient 2 is equal to negative 1 over 0. Okay. So now we have to do the first step. First step, we ask to find the equation. So we say that let arbitrary quantity x comma y. Then let us find what. Then slope 2 is equal to change in y over change in x. So slope 2, which is negative 1 over 0, is equal to change in y. So change in y in arbitrary point, it can be, let's say this is point q, which is x comma what? Which is x comma y. So here we have y minus what? Y, what are the x coordinates at this foot of perpendicular? So the x coordinate is 4, 0. So y minus 0 over 4 minus what? Over x minus 4. So from there we get negative 1 over 0 is equal to y over x minus 4. So cross multiplication. So you have negative 1 times open bracket x minus 4 is equal to 0 times y. So this will be negative x plus 4 is equal to 0. 0 times y is 0. So make x the subject. So we have 4 is equal to x. So simply it means that we say, well, the equation is x is equal to 4. So therefore, the equation of perpendicular bisector. The equations of the perpendicular bisector line is x is equal to 4. That's the response. Okay, did you understand the solutions of example 2? If the answer is either yes or no, please let me know in the comment section of this video. So ladies and gentlemen, let me teach you or present to you or solve to you example 43. So example 43. That's all about okay, so let me solve example 12. No, example 3. Yeah, because question 8 is similar to question 9 is similar to question 10. So refer secondary basic mathematics. Book 4. Exercises 1 and 4b. Questions won't solve because the questions are Roman A, B, and C. I'll be solving only Roman A. So the question says that determine which two sides of the following triangle ABC contain a right angle on A (3,2), B 5, -4, C 1, -2. B Roman A 3, -2, B -2, 3, C 0, 4. On C 8 is 0,9. B is -4, -1. C is very good. So solve for Roman A and leave Roman B and C as your homework. Once I've done with this example, I will solve for you example 6 and leave the rest as your homework. Okay. So determine which two sides of the following triangle contain a right angle. So the way that we can solve example 43 is similar to the way that we used to solve the previous example. I think that example 39, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, number 39. When we be given 3 vertices of the triangle, and we have to show that those 3 vertices are right angle triangles. So you can pause the video and try to solve example 43. Determine which 2 sides of the following triangle ABC contain the right angle. So pause the video and try to solve it. Thank you for trying. Now let us do correction. Okay, so we have those 3 points A, B, and C. So side AB can form, side AB and AC can form either the right angle, or side AC and BC can form a right angle. So we cannot check, means that we cannot inspect, but we have to check solution, because if the two, so remember that if the two sides of the triangle ABC are right angle or form right angle or form right angle, then the products of the gradients is -1. So solution, that the first state that you have to remove. So the first state is this one. If the 2 sides of triangle A, B, C are greater at the right angle, then the product of the gradient gradients is equal to -1. At the first step, the second step, let us find gradient A of the side AB, gradient of the side AC, and gradient of the side AC. So gradient of the side AB is equal to changing y over changing x. So -4 minus 2. AB -4 minus 2, 5 minus 3. This is equal to what? -6 over 2. It's equal to -3. Then gradients of the line AC is equal to changing y over changing x. So it's -2 minus 2, -2 minus 2, and 1 minus 3. So this is equal to -4 over -2. The answer is +2. Then the gradient of the line BC is equal to what? -4, no, -2. -2 minus -4 of what? 1 minus 5. So this will make -2 plus 4, which is equal to 2 over -4. So the answer it is -1/2. Okay. So remember that with this condition we say that gradient of the line 1 times line 2, which are perpendicular, should be equal to -1. So the first step, the third step. Third step, we say that if now we take gradients of line AC multiplied by gradient of line BC, This will give us what? This is 2 times negative half. The answer is negative 1. So we're being asked to determine which two sides of the following triangles ABC are right angle triangles. So the two sides of the triangle ABC contain right angle triangle R. So therefore, the two sides of triangle ABC contain right angle are sides A, C. So this is the answer for Roman A, AC, and the B, C. So this is the response. So example 42, Roman B and the Roman C are homework. So Roman B and C are homework. So you can do it now. Okay, so before I leave another homework, ladies and gentlemen, let me know, do you understand the solutions of example 43? If the answer is yes, let me know in the comment section below. So before I end section 12, solving questions of perpendicular lines, I would like to teach you another conceptual question from exercise 1.4b in book called Secondary Basic Mathematics, book 4. And this will be question number 6, if I'm not mistaken. So question number 6, which is about foot of perpendicular. So yes, question number 6. So example 44, refer the book called the Secondary Basic Mathematics, use the entire book 4, exercise 1.4b, question 6. So the question states that find the coordinates of the foot. Find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular. Find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular from 4, negative 2 to 2x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. So here is the question. Find the coordinates of the foot of perpendicular from that point 4, negative 2 to the line 2x minus negative 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. Find the coordinates of the foot of perpendicular from 4, negative 2 to 2x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. Foot of perpendicular. So foot of perpendicular at the point where the two perpendicular lines meet. We may use the sketch. Find the coordinates of the point of the foot of perpendicular from that to that. So it means that the perpendicular line passes through the given point. Passes through the given points. So you can solve this problem, this concept. So find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular from 24, negative 2 to the line 2x minus 3y minus 4. So you may solve these questions by using two methods, but the simplest one is by sketching, presenting the problems in the XY plane first, in order to know where the foot of perpendicular is. It's conceptual questions actually, that's why I have to teach you. So ladies and gentlemen, here it is the solution. You can pause the video and try to solve this question, because I've told you, if you remember in session 11, I showed you the point we call the foot of perpendicular, that the point whereby the two perpendicular lines meet together. Okay, so solution. So the first step, let us find x intercept. Let's find x intercept and y intercept. Let's find x intercept and y intercept of line 2x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay? So to find the x intercept, y should be equal to 0. So the x intercept, say that y should be equal to 0. So if you substitute from this equation, you say that 2x minus 0 minus 4 is equal to 0. So the x intercept for the given line is equal to positive 2. So the point where the line will intersect with x-axis is what? Is 2, 0. Then to find the y-intercept, the value of x should be equal to 0. So if you substitute from this equation, 0 minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. So y is equal to 4 over 3, but negative, not mistaken. So negative, yeah. So it means for that case, the point here, the x coordinate is 0, the y coordinate is negative 4 over 3, which is equal to negative 1.333. 1.3333. So now we know the x-intercept and y-intercept of the line. So the second step now is to sketch. So the next sequence is to sketch. So the second step see that sketch the XY plane. Sketch the XY plane. So our XY plane, ladies and gentlemen, you can also even yourself you can sketch it. We have one point is 4, negative 2. The x coordinate is 2, so maximum is 4, and the y coordinate is negative 2. So for the y coordinate, we don't have any have negative what? Negative 2. The x coordinate. So you have what? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Y-axis, X-axis. This is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So we have our point, x is 4, y is negative 2. X is positive 4, it's negative 2. So this is the point where that perpendicular line passes. Then we have the x-intercept is 2, 0, and the y-intercept is 0, negative 1.33. 0, negative 1.33. So simply this is the line, this is the path of the given straight line. And here we have what? 2x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. So we have again another perpendicular line, or a perpendicular line so we should know the point of intersection. It's 2 point something and 0.4. So this is a non-perpendicular line. So this is the point to equality for -2. So this point of intersection of the perpendicular line, this is what we call it foot of perpendicular. Foot of perpendicular. Foot of perpendicular. So this is the foot of perpendicular. So the corners for the foot of perpendicular, you can let it be point P. Let's say this is point Q, which is x, y. So you have x, y. So that point P and that is point Q. So ladies and gentlemen, this is figure 12.2, called the foot of perpendicular. Foot of what? Foot of perpendicular. So that's all about the second step. So we have to determine the point. Today the question does not ask us to find the equation, but we cannot determine the point of foot of perpendicular without finding the equation of the perpendicular line. So let's say this is our 2. So the third step, after sketching, let us find slope 1 of the given line, which is 2x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. So to find the slope of the given line, we have -3y is equal to 4 minus 2x over -3 over -3. So y is equal to 2 over 3x minus 3 over 4. So this is equation 1. So to obtain, compare y is equal to mx or y is equal to m1x plus c with equation 1 above. So if we compare, m1 is equal to 2 over 3. So the first step, find m2 of L2 of the perpendicular line. So we say that from products of the two slopes is equal to -1. To find m2 is equal to -1 over m1. So this is -1. What is m1? m1 is 2 over 3. So -1 divided by 2 over 3 is equal to -3 over 2. So now we know the gradient of the perpendicular line. The 50th step. You can also determine the coordinates of the foot of perpendicular if you use appropriate scale. That might be a little bit challenge. Okay? So the 50th step, we say that now let us find it. Find the equation of perpendicular line. Find the equation of perpendicular line. So the equation of perpendicular line, we say that we have -3 over 2. Let arbitrary point to be x, y. So it will be y minus -2 over x minus 4. Y plus 2, y plus 2, and here we have x minus 4. So this is negative 3 over 2 is equal to y plus 2 over x minus 4. So cross multiplication. So you're looking the coordinates of the foot of perpendicular. So you have to find the equation of the perpendicular line and solve them simultaneously. So here we have negative 3 open bracket times x minus 4 is equal to 2 open bracket y plus 2. So this is negative 3x plus 12 is equal to twice y plus 4. Okay, so let me express in this form: negative 3x minus 2y is equal to 4 minus 12. So negative 3x minus 2y is equal to negative 8 divided by negative 1 by negative 1. So this will make 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. This is equation 2, and this is equation 3, and this is equation 4. So now this is the equation of 40 of the line 2 of a perpendicular line. So the sixth step, we say that solve equation 1 and equation 4 simultaneously. Okay, so solve them simultaneously. So you have equation 1, which is 2x minus 3y is equal to 4, and we have 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. So you may use either method to solve it. Okay, so you may use the elimination method. You may use elimination method, you may use substitution method, you may use graphical method. Use elimination method. So elimination method, we can make x the subject from this equation. So we have 2x is equal to 4 plus 3y, then divided by 2, divided by 2. So x is equal to what? 2 plus what? 3 over 2y. So this is equation what? 5. So substitute equation 5 into equation 4. So the seventh step, substitute equation 5 into equation 4. So you have 3x and x is 2 plus 3 2y plus 2y is equal to 8. This 3 times 2 is 6. This makes 9 over 2y plus 2y is equal to 8. And make y the subject. So here we have 2 over 1. The LCM between 2 over 1 is 2. 2 over 2 it is 1, 9y plus 2 over 1 is 2 times 2 it is 4y is equal to what? Is equal to 8 minus 6. So you have to substitute 6 to both sides. So this will make your 13 over 2y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 4 over 13. That is value of y. Y is equal to 4 over 13. This will make equation 6. So the A step, this is all about the elimination method. Let us substitute, but I'm teaching you in different style. Substitute equation 6 into equation 5. Find the value of x. So the value of x is equal to 2 plus what? 3 over 2 times y, which is 4 over 13. So this one and this one cancel. So simply this will make 2. So here we remain is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And here we have what? We have 13. Which actually should be 12 over 26. Okay? So this is 2 over 1. So the x coordinate is equal to what? So the LTM is 13. 13 over 1 is 13 times 2 it is 26. 13 over 13 is 1 plus 6 is 6. So this will make your 32 over 13. So now we have formed the final solution. So therefore, the coordinates of foot of perpendicular is 32, 13, 32 over 13, 4 over 13. That's the final response for that question. So, either the case, I'm about to end section 12, which all focusing on problem solving on perpendicular lines, where that I will leave the homework. So the coordinates are, the x coordinate is 32 over 13, the y coordinate is 4 over 13. At the response for that question. So ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the homework. And this is homework 12. Which in short you call it homework 12. In homework 12, we have example 45, which you write it on the blackboard with just you take it from exercise 5. refer secondary basic mathematics book 4. Exercise 1.4b. Question 7. And the question stated show that 4,7 0,4 3,0 and 7,3 taken in that order. Taken in that order are the vertices. Are the vertices of a square. That's example 1245. Example 46. So we have to teach you active learning. Refer secondary basic mathematics for exercise 1.4b. Solve question 8 to question 10. So, if that's the case, that is the end of session 12, which stated as problem solving or solving questions of perpendicular lines. So my dear students, I would like to say this is the end of session 12. And I would like to say also this is the end of coordinate geometry. So maybe later on in future, I'll record session 13, session 14, possibly session 15. That will be focusing on problem solving of different questions of coordinate geometry according to the Certificate Secondary Education Examination past papers. I might decide maybe I solve question from 2003 or maybe from 2000 to 2022. So maybe I might solve maybe 20 questions of coordinate geometry. So that will make session 13, 14, and 15. But simply I would like to say that this is the end. According to the concept that I have to teach you, according to the syllabus of United Republic of Tanzania, I have already taught you in all of these 12 sessions, I've already taught you all the concept that you have to cover in coordinate geometry as ordinary secondary education students. In case you have any question about any session, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. But I would like to say that this is the end of what? The end of coordinate. This is the end of coordinate geometry. This is the end of coordinate geometry. Okay, my dear students, I still have couples of announcements that before we have the Thanksgiving prayer. And really today we'll be giving our God our thanksgiving for helping us to cover coordinate geometry 1. Okay, so the first announcement before we end this session is I ask every viewer and every pre-Form 4, Form 4 students to go through Exodus 25, chapter 25 verse 1 through 9 and Philippians chapter 4 verse 12 through 19 to strengthen, and Hebrew chapter 11 verse 1 through 4 to strengthen your faith before you offer. In case you feel from your heart you would like to offer your freely thanksgiving to our living God through also or through Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in Square Bracket Olenjolai, the doors are open and your freely thanksgiving will be received with hands of thanks. So how can you send your freely thanksgiving of any amount, even of 100 Tanzania shillings, even of 100,000 Tanzania shillings, even of 1 million of Tanzania shillings, even 1,000 US dollar. So it means that the freely thanksgiving means your offering of any amounts will be received. So how can you send your freely thanksgiving? Please send to us with telephone number 0759745331. So that is the telephone number that you can send your freely thanksgiving, and then we'll give you or will send to you a notification, so you can send even a message, maybe to acknowledge or to keep constantly praying for you. The last announcement before we give our living God welcome, we'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all the pre-Form 4 students into our Tanzania Online Ordinary Book Store. So in this bookstore you can order different books of Basic Mathematics Form 1, different books of Basic Mathematics Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, and different books of Chemistry Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4, and different books of Chemistry Form 1, Form 2, Chemistry Form 2, Chemistry Form 3, Chemistry Form 4, and even also different questions and answers books. I have a sample of the books here that you can order. I've been mentioning and I've been using and I recommend, and I would like to ask every secondary students to have a syllabus book that called the Basic Mathematics Syllabus for Ordinary Secondary Education Form 1 to Form 4 by Tanzania Institute of Education. For international students, okay, that might be your syllabus might be a little bit different. A second book I recommend to every student is this book that called Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 4 by Tanzania Institute of Education. Again, I recommend all the students to have this, all the Tanzanian Form 4 students to have this ordinary level mathematics review, problems and solutions of 2003 to 2019. And also I recommend this book called the Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 3 by Tanzania Institute of Education, and also this one for figure mathematical tables and formulas and mathematics review problems and solutions from 2003 to 2019. So you may order all of these books at the package and we can send it to you in any regions at any time. So you may order all of this and becomes as departments of basic mathematics. But again, you may order notes of 40 of basic mathematics from 4, such as this. You may order these classroom notes that I used to teach, and it's free of charge for you to order. No, it's not free actually. It means we used to make a copy of it, so you can order a copy of these notes in order for you to go further as well with basic mathematics. So right now, let us join together on giving our living God our thanksgiving. So according to the word of God written in the book of Psalm 136 verse 1 through 3, that the word of God says that we give thanks to our living God for his love endures forever. We give thanks to the God of gods for his love endures forever. We give thanks to the Lord of the lords for his love endures forever. Our Father who is in heaven, we come before your presence as your children. So myself as the teacher, Olenjolai, I would like to give you thanks for helping me to teach all your pre-Form 4 and Form 4 students the beauty of coordinate geometry. Father, I give you all the glory and honor for every session, and I ask you also to help me to teach the other 3 questions solved. It means that problem solving session of the previous past papers and mock exams and pre-next exams of coordinate geometry. Father, thank you. I would like to ask your fresh anointing, and also I'd like to ask you to distribute all of these 12 sessions of coordinate geometry to all your pre-Form 4 and Form 4 for students in the entire country of Tanzania and even across the borders. Our Father who is in heaven, we thank you for your greatness. Thank you because you're wonderful, and thank you for the gift of teaching that you have given to me. Father, I give you all the thanks because you are the living God and you've been teaching us day to day. In Jesus' name, amen. So may God bless you, and let us meet in the second topic called the areas and the perimeters, at the next topic, chapter 2. So let us meet in chapter 2, which is named as areas and the perimeters. Areas and perimeter. So areas and perimeter, it's not a long topic actually. So we'll be covering about area of any triangle, area of trapezium, area of parallelograms, area of rhombus. I will teach you area of a rectangle, area of a square, perimeter of regular polygon. I will teach you area of regular polygon, and I will teach you circumference and area of the circle from the regular polygon. And I will teach you area of the similar polygons, and I will teach you problem solving. So meet you in the second topic. May God bless you and keep you until we meet in the next session. Keep enjoying the beauty of basic mathematics. How are you, everybody who is watching this video? I'm very happy to have you, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you into this moment of testimony. So today I have prepared I have a testimony from one of my students. My name is Olenjolai Moko Tayari Losingo, or simply Olenjolai. I am a Tanzanian, and also I am a citizen of the Kingdom of Heaven by grace of God. I'm actually the founder of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai, where I used to teach 12 subjects in physics, chemistry, mathematics, basic mathematics, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. So total of 12 subjects I used to teach it by using the digital technology. So because that I used to teach online students, today I have a testimony from one of my students that I taught him in person or physically when he was in his undergraduate studies. So that's why I say that I have a good news, so you can take an advantage in order to make sure that you build your confidence. But again, one thing which I want to tell you that you have to listen carefully, because actually this man is going to answer so many questions and doubts about it also system or training system. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, students and parents, and every viewer, national and international, welcome. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome in excellent one of my students who's called the Benedict Busole. You are warmly welcome to testify before the online community. You are warmly welcome. So this is my student. His name is Benedict Busole. I'm very happy to have him. I would like to introduce you that right now there's millions of Tanzanian students and even international students who are watching this program, and actually they have so many questions whether these programs can benefit their life or not. So there's something else, because I don't teach them physically, but I taught you physically. So today you say that you would like to talk something, a word to these students who are watching the programs in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. All the best.
Thank you so much. So right now we're in a room where there are actually no people, no one inside here, but I hope you better be there while watching this. So if you're watching this, you mean you're sitting really well where you're sitting, and we are hoping that you understand exactly what we are trying to tell you. So my name is Mr. Olenjolai said, my name is Benedict Busole, and we met in July a couple of years ago when I was doing my study at the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, and that's where we met. And so I'm talking to you, and if I'm talking to you and you know you are in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, you know you have to understand somehow why you're doing what you're doing. At some point you'll have to choose if you're going to do art school or you're going to be doing science, okay? And doing what you're doing, understanding what you're supposed to be doing, there's those basic, really basic and important subjects you have to understand. Maybe, I'm not sure if I understood this when I was your age, but I'm hoping that by you listening to me, you will have a little bit of understanding of what you're supposed to. And some people amongst you who are really smart already enough, and I'm not saying anyone is not, but everyone is smart in one way or another. So you will have already understood that those physics, mathematics, and chemistry classes are really important in whichever way you're going. And especially those people who are really willing to take science. And even if you're not willing to take science, and you want to take science, but you have been made afraid of, because there are those areas where someone tells you maybe, science is too difficult, you cannot do it. No, it is not that it is too difficult. Maybe sometimes you have never gotten the opportunity of getting someone who is going to let you know how science works. Why do we say that an apple can fall down from a tree, and then there is some mathematical background behind that? There's some force that is pulling that thing. Oh, you see, all of those. Someone who teaches you well. So that is where Mr. Olenjolai came into. That is how Mr. Olenjolai came into my life. That is how exactly helped me understanding exactly what I was supposed to understand from this. Because there's some background sometimes when you have to understand in a concept that a teacher has to teach you in some specific way. So, my young, what is that you're supposed to know to get into that point on your life? For example, when I met with Mr. Olenjolai, as maybe I mentioned previously, it was a DIT, and I was doing computer engineering, and unfortunately I didn't have a really firm understanding of mathematics, and that is a really long story of why that happened. And maybe one of those is maybe I didn't take it too seriously when I was studying. So when I met him, we started having these late evening classes, and during those classes, like I said previously, like the repetition that is happening in the class, the relationship between the teacher and the student, the understanding of the subject itself, because even if you can go in class, but when the teacher isn't having that connection with you guys, and Mr. Olenjolai had that connection with us. He understood exactly why we didn't understand what we are supposed to carry on, and also he helped us into easing those modules. So in repeating, there's a power there in repeating the subject. So I'm really hoping that you will carry on. You don't have to give up. You don't have to underestimate yourself. You have to understand that whatever that he is teaching you, it is going to be important somewhere there, and you have to carry on with that module. And even if you're not opting not to take, you're not thinking of taking. You're not thinking of taking science as a class because you're afraid you're not going to be able to. But you do not have to be afraid, because the basics are already here. Once you gather those basics, toward there, you'll really be happy in getting these basics done, because that is the most important thing. So science is a really good thing, but once you have a good teacher, you will enjoy it more. So I believe and I know, because I'm here, I'm done with my bachelor studies, and a part of that it is Mr. Olenjolai who helped me a lot in something, because you are in Form 1, Form 2, there's something there called calculus, and Mr. Olenjolai really helped me a lot in that, until even I finished my study. So yeah, so I'm really hoping that you will get to study well, to repeat, and to follow up with this video. So thank you.
Okay, so I have one question before you end up, Mr. Benedict Pisole. So in summary, Olenjolai has solved your problems academically. Is it academical?
Yes, academical.
So through what? Through teaching, through counseling, or?
Teaching and counseling. Also, with time, Mr. Olenjolai also helped us.
So it means Olenjolai solved one of your problems when you have been taking your bachelor studies.
Yes.
Can you maybe tell the online community which kind of the problem, in short?
Understanding of calculus.
Of engineering mathematics modules.
Yes.
For the how many semester? 4 semesters?
For 4 semesters, because I started taking the class in the first year, and then the second year, and then after that, I really had a grasp. He really helped me with the basics, so I could continue on my own.
Good. So to finalize this testimony part, What is your message? What do you tell the online students of Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4 who are watching you right now and they have made the decisions to learn the beauty of basic mathematics, physics, chemistry online by using the contents provided by Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So what is your message? What could you like to tell them to take into considerations in order to be successful with this mode of digital educational system?
The first thing is, if you do not understand, do not be afraid. You can always ask questions. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can always ask questions on the comment section there. And the second point is, do not give up. Do not be afraid of something that someone has told you that maybe basic mathematics is difficult and because you're like this, you cannot understand. No, you can always understand for as long as you have a good teacher. And I believe what you will be studying here is a good teacher teaching you. So because I'm a testimony because I finished my bachelor degree, and I'm hoping that you do not give up. You keep on learning, and you keep on asking questions. So you can learn this, and if you do not understand, you ask questions, and that is a really powerful message that I can have to give you.
Okay. So our dear students, this is the end of our testimony. I think that you heard so many things, and you learned from my beloved student, Benedict Busole. So Benedict Busole, on behalf of online students and also on behalf of the founders of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School, I would like to thank you for your great
so much for having me.
Okay, for your great contribution. As well as you told the students, even concerning about your testimony, if they want to understand in detail, they have an option to ask you the questions in the comment sections of this video. And because you are the one of the follower, of the viewer, however that you've pursued, you have graduated your undergraduate studies, you are no longer studying basic mathematics because you love them as well as you are a computer engineer. So it means that even there you like to see kids who are pursuing engineering in your area. So when they will ask you more questions in the comment section, I believe that you will cooperate with them. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so online community, this is Olenjolai. We thank you very much for watching this testimony. In case you have any question, please ask in the comment section. So then see you in the next testimony. Bye-bye. Enjoy basic mathematics and enjoy online training.
Mungu ibariki Tanzania, dumisha uhuru na umoja wake kwa waume na watoto. Mungu ibariki Tanzania na watu wake. Ibariki Tanzania, ibariki Tanzania, tubariki.